Hello everyone, this is Princess Anime 64 and welcome back to my character analysis series. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Vayne Solidor from Final Fantasy XII. So let's get started. So looking at Vayne's profile here, he uses broadswords, his crystal affinity is blue, and his main roles are melee, magic, and attacker. Now when you first recruit Vayne, his HP will be 1050, initial bravery will be 150, max bravery is 525, attack is 180, and defense is 150. When you max him out to level 60, his HP will be 5,905, initial bravery will be 1,093, max bravery will be 3,077, attack will be 709, and defense will be 744. Now as for his overall stats, his high points are his attack, his HP, and his max bravery. Speed is a little on the neutral side, and then his low points are his defense and his initial bravery. So looking over to Vayne's commands, his first one we have is called Mach Wave. It's a 3-hit bravery attack that grants 1 stack of Conqueror's power for 2 turns, with the maximum being 3. When Conqueror's power is at 3 stacks, Mach Wave will become Mach Wave Plus, and Conqueror's power as like the whole buff, and as for the buff, it lowers attack. Now, Conqueror's power at 3 stacks, when it becomes Mach Wave Plus, it means there's going to be no action delay, it doesn't increase the turn count, it decreases friend support and summon action count, so it's pretty much like Renoa's Angel Wings, where the moment you use the Angel Wings, she gets another turn. So that's the thing with Mach Wave Plus, as soon as you use it, Vayne gets another turn, and that's the big gimmick about him. So his second command, which is a really long one, so I had to cut it into 2 parts. So this one is called Force of Will. It's a 2-hit bravery HP attack that cancels enemies' break. It follows up with a 4-hit bravery HP attack, and it grants Consul's wisdom for 3 turns. Now the break bonus applies only once. That's the thing that you want to know. And when Consul's wisdom is active, bravery attack changes into kick, which is just an additional 2 hits, and his HP attack changes to rush, which is a 2-hit bravery HP attack. And like before, when Conqueror's power is at 3 stacks, Force of Will change into Force of Will Plus, Kick becomes Kick Plus, and Rush becomes Rush Plus. And as for Consul's Wisdom, the buff itself will raise the party's max bravery and his attack. So now looking at the extensions, so for Mach Wave, he gets a +1 use, and when using Mach Wave or the Plus variant, this will greatly raise the bravery potency. Bravery stolen overflows up to 120% max bravery, and it triggers an HP attack. Now with Force of Will, he gets a +1 use, and when you're using Force of Will or its plus variant, this greatly raises the bravery potency, and it extends Consul's Wisdom by 4 turns. And when you're using Kick, Rush, or any of the plus variants, this will moderately raise the bravery potency, and when you're using Force of Will, Kick, or Rush, this grants 1 stack of Conqueror's power for 2 turns. So taking a look at the artifact passives that you want to go for, the main ones I would recommend for this would be Attack 108, Max Bravery 330, and Initial Bravery 170. The Initial Bravery I know is not going to be completely necessary for him, but I would personally go for it because his Initial Bravery is low. But if you're not want to worry about that, then you don't have to go for it. Attack and Max Bravery will work just as fine. Now as for his unique passives, the ones that I would highly recommend for this one would be the Imperial Consul Boost, which will raise max bravery and attack by 5% with the active buffs. So if you pair Vayne up with someone who adds a lot of buffs to the party, like Beatrix for example, then that can work as well. The other passive I would recommend for this would be Mighty Force of Will, and trust me, this one is probably the best command for Vayne, and if you get the artifact passives for this, he's gonna do a lot of damage. So Force of Will is definitely the one that you want to go for, and probably the command you're probably gonna be using a lot if you get Vayne, or if you build up Vayne. So now we're going to talk about Vayne's gear. So his 15 CP is the Saphira. So this will boost bravery potency when you're using Mach Wave or its plus variant, and this grants an extra stack of Conqueror's power when using Mach Wave. His 35 CP, which sounds very fitting for him actually, is called Corruption. This will raise bravery potency, and it improves the effects of Consul's Wisdom, and it extends the duration when you're using Force of Will or its plus variant. It also raises the bravery potency when you're using Kick, Rush, or the plus variants. Lastly, we have the big prize, which is his EX. It's called the Enigma, and this whole screenshot, I can't really fit the whole description for his EX ability, so just give me a second. Okay, there we go, that's much better. So, Tree of Saphira, so as you can see right over here, that's what it's called. It's a 4-hit AoE Magic Bravery HP attack where HP damage is split among targets that moderately raises Bravery damage dealt to one target, and then Bravery overflows up to 150% max Bravery. It restores one use of Mock Wave and Force of Will up to their initial values though, so if you already have them full, it's not going to go up anymore. And then when Conqueror's power is at 3 stacks, he gets to use Tree of Saphira becomes a plus variant, and he can just have another turn. Finally, we have his 35 CP armor, which is Vayne's gloves. This adds 680 to his HP, and it adds 72 to his attack. Alright, so the banner that will be featuring Vayne's gear is also going to be featuring Paladin Cecil and Cyan's gear. Paladin Cecil is a great character. I mean, he functions as both a healer and a brave battery. Cyan is probably just going to be sitting on the bench wondering about his wife and his son. Ouch, I know. But a thing to point out about this, so over on the stream recap video that I did, the Square Enix staff mentioned that Sarah was also getting synergy for this, so there is a chance we may be having 4 characters on one banner. It's going to be crazy, I know, and maybe, it might be a hard time trying to get Vayne's EX, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens, I guess. So, also, Zach will be getting synergy as well. His Lost Chapter recently dropped in Global, so he will be having synergy for Vayne's event as well. Okay, so the boss that will be on Vayne's event is called a Swift Kirin. It's a nightmare-type enemy, although it looks a lot more like one of those Chinese dragons that you would see. It's weak to ice and holy, it resists dark, and it has a chase of 40. Now, don't be fooled by its look. I know that, it's weak to holy and resists darkness, and I know that's not very convincing due to its look, but trust me, it is. And it even says so right there. So taking a look at the Nightmare boss's attacks, so it has a simple bravery attack. Trample will raise bravery when it's less than initial bravery, and it triggers an HP attack. Gaze is a bravery attack that lowers defense, and it triggers Darka when acting twice. And that's sort of the big gimmick about this boss, is that it will go twice in a turn. So it's going to use like 2 commands in one turn. So that's why using somebody like Vayne will really help out, mainly to delay turns, essentially. So it has Dark, the standard Dark Bravery magic. It will trigger Trample, though, when he's going twice. Darkra and Darka are the simple Dark Magic Bravery attacks. Cerulean Bolt is a Magic Bravery attack that raises attack, and it triggers Darka when going twice. So continuing on, I had to split this into 2 parts, by the way, because the description of attacks were really long. So Group Darkra is an AoE Dark Bravery attack that triggers White Light Black Thunder, try saying that 5 times fast, when going twice. Group Darka is basically a stronger variant. It's more powerful when breaking a target or attacking a broken target, and it will again trigger White Light Black Thunder when it's going twice. So then, speaking of White Light Black Thunder, it raises bravery when it's less than its own initial bravery. It's an AoE Magic Bravery HP attack. Storm Calling will remove debuffs except for frames. It raises max bravery, and this is when the Swift Kirin will start going twice in a row. So when it uses Storm Calling, it's going to start going twice, and that's when you want to be a little more careful. So Storm Calling Plus, this will boost attack, speed, and defense in addition to the effects of Storm Calling, or just a Storm Calling, sorry. And then we have the Winds Die Down, which it will cancel attack, defense, speed, and max bravery boost from Storm Calling or its plus variant, and it ends the whole acting twice gimmick. So as soon as the winds die down, he won't go twice anymore, so that can give you a chance to wail on him. And then lastly, we have Muster, which will boost magic attack and initial bravery. So going over to your alternatives, in terms of elemental weaknesses, you could use somebody like Tifa and just spam Beat Rush. You could use Onion Knight and just spam Blizzard combo. Zac, as I mentioned, he's also has synergy for this event, and if you have all of his weapons MLB'd, if you've got some good artifact passives on him, and if you have his EX, then you'll be set for this event. And then you can also go for someone who uses delays. So you could use the Delay Queen Quistis, or you could even use you could use Setzer if you have him built up. Lastly, for summons, you specifically want to go for... Well, you mainly want to go for elemental weaknesses, obviously, and you could go for Shiva. Her World of Illusions Ultimate Trial is out now, so if you have her at level 30, you can totally use her. But if you haven't started on her yet, or if you just, have Shiva at level 1. You could also use Alexander as well. And yeah, that pretty much covers up everything now. So now I'm going to head over to Opera Omnia JP, and I'm going to showcase Vayne's commands as well as his EX. So give me a quick second. Okay, so we're back now in Opera Omnia JP, and I'm going to be bringing Vayne, Paladin Cecil, and Zac along. No, I don't have Cyan built up, and I really don't see any point in bringing him along. So, Zac it is. Alrighty, so... start off by getting rid of you. And, I'm just gonna start off by saying, yeah, I did not MLB any of Vayne's gear. And I really should have done that before recording this video. So we're gonna start off with a Mockwave first. And Zac can just easily get rid of this guy. So now Vayne has 1 stack of Conqueror's Power. And probably get rid of you first. Just keep doing this. Now we have 2 stacks. Okay, now this. Okay, now this shouldn't kill him. Oh, that almost killed him. So I'm gonna do one more walk Mave. I almost said. I'm sorry. I meant to say Mockwave. I don't know why I almost said that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now that we have 3 stacks, so now we have Mockwave Plus and Force of Will Plus. So now we're going to show off, so if I do this, yeah, so now he gets to go another turn. So we're going to do Force of Will now. Look at that, see, and he delayed the enemy turn. That's why you want to go for Force of Will, because, you know, lots of damage, you delay the enemy, and you get to go again. So it's perfect. Alright, so you're going for Cecil. Okay, and I don't know whose EX that was. That was probably Cecil's. I don't think that was Vayne's. Okay, so Vayne's is almost up. You know what, let's do Mockwave. Okay, so now we lose the buffs. So, hold on, is the, okay, his EX is almost ready. Okay, but now we have, his Bravery attack changes to Kick, and his HP attack is now Rush. So there's Rush. Okay, yeah, that was Cecil's. I'm not gonna do it just yet, because I've already shown it off. Okay, so now we're just gonna do a couple of Bravery attacks here, because I do want to, show off Vayne's EX now. Okay, so now we do the EX command, Tree of Saphira. Oh yeah, also another thing I wanted to point out, Vayne's weapons, they're like right behind him. So, if you wanted to, you know, be a little humorous, you could put some Masamune's behind him, or Steiner's Rune Blade, or even Bartz's Choco Blades. Just gonna give some suggestions, you know, wink wink, nudge nudge. So that pretty much covers up everything for Vayne's event. So good luck to any of you guys out there who is going for Vayne's EX or for Zac's EX. And thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.